How's it going? Tech support, tech support.
That. Hey ho.
Hit, check.
Check, check. Hey ho, can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Hey, I can hear you.
You can hear me. Scott Shea from Beta Virus. Can you help me out? You hear me now?
Check.
Yeah.
Here in. Go for it.
Yeah.
Play by play.
Okay. So you're getting,
Over.
I'm getting you. Um. Okay. Lurking. For ooh says yes on Twitch, so thank you. Uh. We'll just do it since I lost all that audio at the start. Smash cut to Colton Space to Davenport perfectly interface with Colton Space. Go to tigersquawkrecords.bandcamp.com. And now back to Grasp Logic. Okay, sorry about that. I did a you know what I did? I think I still have my old setup from Squawk Stock 3.
Oh,
Uh,
gotcha.
so I done screwed myself, um, which sucks because I want to get all about our guest today on the table. So, high level, maybe this is too, pardon the pun, spacey to start out with, but I'm curious as to how you would describe your vibe. Because Grasp Logic seems to be a pretty wide sonic net to me.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it is. Exactly. I
Okay.
mean, ultimately, I mean, Grass Logic came along as just kind of this moniker that I came up with in back in high school, actually, um,
Okay.
like way back in the day. And
Did you draw it
basically,
on the
it's
back of
like,
like a math notebook?
yeah,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
like I
Hell
used to
yeah.
scribble out, like coming up with logos and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh
And
yeah. Oh
I had
dude. Totally.
I had
Totally
all
got.
these different ideas
Hell
and
yeah.
whatnot. Like the first one, like for the longest time I was running with was like Reaper or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh
And
hell
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Just like all like come up with like, the most cringy kind of names
Oh
that
yeah.
you
We're
come
gonna
up
be
with. Like,
scimitar or what?
yeah, exactly. And trying to come up with logos and stuff, to fit it, which that like ended up being the running logo for Grass Logic for a while, which was like it's like almost like a C with an L
Yeah.
kind of a look. It's like Pac-Man eating an L
Right.
kind of thing.
That was born
Yeah,
off the back of a science notebook.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, I mean, but basically, like, oh, it's kind of been turned into just the constant like learning and like growing type of a
Mm.
vibe, kind of a thing. Like I'm always kind of trying to bring more stuff into it. I mean, if I want to get like, I mean, it's a mix of like sci-fi horror and collisionist poetic ramblings and whatnot. Because I take a lot of like poetry that I write, and that's ultimately gets broken down and what becomes the lyrics and so forth.
mm.
But at the same time, I'm super into like sci-fi horror and all that, and
Mm-hmm.
all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like like you're saying, it's like really broad at the same
Okay.
time. Yeah.
Well, speaking of life evolving, let's get into Vivarium, the new track on the megalithic 62 track Insulin Shocks. Let's take all right, so that was Vivarium. You were telling me you're pretty pumped that with the way this one turned out.
Yeah, like it seemed like it was like I got to take elements off of my first album,
Okay.
Reflective Patterns, and then like this song's gonna be on the new album and
Yeah.
what that I'm
Okay.
working on. And so there's a track on Reflective Patterns called Emotive.
Okay.
I play it during Squawk Stock, and it's usually in my set. It's one of
Uh
my
huh.
harder ones. But it was like I was able to take elements from that track, which I wrote way back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and then applying it to kind of like more of what I've been doing nowadays.
Mm.
And then the way the lyrics and everything panned out, it just seemed like really perfect for the
Mm.
Insulin Shocks compilation. So it was really awesome of Steve to hit me up, and then for that to kind of make its kind of debut there. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, uh, higher level for you at home, Insulin Shocks is available now. Pay what you want, but we hope you pay something because it does go to benefit diabetes research, and you can get not only that track but 61 others. But that track is a beast, and it is a cool thing to go back and essentially like produce yourself. Like I had, I'll listen to things that I did when I was like 20 and be like, this is shit, but there's like an
Oh,
idea in there that I know what to do
right.
with now as an old man. So like it's a pretty cool feeling. Well, it certainly snaps into focus for me, like just how what's the word I'm looking for? Lethal that track is. Like it's a
Oh,
fucking
appreciate it.
banger, man.
Appreciate it.
Um, so that's not only do we have that out. Your last album still pretty new. That was I call it Tram. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the four.
No,
Is it
it's actually it's both. Yeah, it's
okay?
Tram and TR4M.
TR4M. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so you can pronounce it either way.
All right, cool. Well, this is a little cut off of that. This will be Primal Spheres. This will be cut 8. Six. All right, so that was the erstwhile T4M, now also Tram. But so it, with this idea of evolution, like, do you listen to that stuff now? Because I know that was something of a rebirth, like a version 2 of an album from earlier.
Oh, okay. So basically TR4M Tram, which again it's really cool. I mean, I'm gonna give a shout out to Alex because he's kind of the one that brought out Tram on that one back in 2014. I had done just got done wrapping up like all the recordings that went into Reflective Patterns,
Okay.
and all the remaining stuff that I had, I basically went through and restructured it into TR4M, which is well, TR4M Volume 1, which is
Okay.
the V1 release. And
Oh,
then
okay.
PR4M Volume 2 is basically another byproduct of working on this new album that I've been working on now and some of the tracks and
Oh,
stuff and
wow.
putting
Okay.
together. Yeah, yeah,
So this is sort of like almost the editing floor of what.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Wow, that's
So
awesome. I
yeah,
get to hear it.
it's kind of like I had it as a side project to begin with. So I was like, you know what, instead of releasing it like on its own as a side project, I'll just merge it in as an album and put it under Grass Logic, so to
Okay.
speak. Yeah.
All right. Cool. 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 So definitely check that out. How do you feel that? Well, okay. So if you're working on something now, like
Mhm.
how's that going? Like, is are you finding the songs change a lot from initial concept to final product?
So this new album that's coming out will be very much like Reflective Patterns and then B-Side Corpse, where it's going to be an entire vocal type
Hmm.
release,
Okay.
whatnot. I've got like an intro that I'm doing that's instrumental and possibly like an intermission track, but it'll all be vocal tracks similar
Wow.
to
Okay.
Reflective Patterns and stuff. So, and I've been working on it for way too long.
Would you describe it as like a more accessible flavor EBM, or is it like an
Yeah.
IBM? Okay, cool, cool, cool.
So it's going to be much more like industrial EBM, similar to like the track Vivarium,
Okay,
Single Blame Decay, and then Redemption that I put out, like those tracks. Um, yeah, it's going to be very heavy for
okay,
sure. It's going to be
awesome,
super
awesome.
heavy,
Because it's like
vocals heavy. Yeah.
I mean when you'd first reach out to me for Tiger Squawk, or I was looking through your stuff, I was like, I don't even know where to put this in my brain because it's like there's this like absolute brutal power noise, and then like a pan flute comes out. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck is
yeah.
this? But
And so that's been like the kind of the evolution with Grass Logic there, like, like through my own insecurities and so forth. Like I finally just decided to just release all the material
uh
that I had, so to speak, under Grass Logic. And so like yeah, I've got, like Saculum Obscurum EP, which is all instrumental, and then I've got the TR4M stuff that's instrumental, but then I've got the vocal stuff. So and then I have that one that's Lost Soundtracks,
okay.
which was like that's like an accumulation of some stuff that I was doing when I was working with like video games and movie stuff and coming up with
Oh
like
no.
more cinematic type things. So if you get into my discography on like Bandcamp or like iTunes and stuff, it's kind of all over the place. And um, I'm hoping with this new album that I'm working on, it'll kind of like bring that
Mm,
together a bit. Yeah.
sick, sick.
Yeah, it's kind of a return to reflective patterns, like
Oh, I'm very
kind of a
excited.
thing. Yeah. So the
Cool.
new album's gonna be very much like a return to that kind of area.
Well, not only does that leave me in a state of energized anticipation, we got to see some sick performances from Squawk Stock. I forgot to prepare the clip beforehand, but you can check it
Oh,
out.
all good.
What's that?
All good.
Okay, realizing that now, but it's on YouTube.
And
Uh,
and with the Squawk Stock stuff, actually, you can hear a lot of the tracks I'm playing is the new material I'm working on.
Hell
I, I've
yeah.
I've been working on it for so long that I've just been like, what, I'm just gonna start throwing into sets. So like the first track that I play off of Squawk Stock 3 is a brand new track. Vivarium's in there. I have a track on there. I'm kind of like giving away a bunch of stuff, but like Fleshbound Orchid, a lot of the tracks that I do in that, especially in the Squawk Stock 3 track, will be on the new record.
Hell yeah. You can Google or just YouTube up Squawk Stock 3. And then if you look in the little description there, you can easily skip right to Grasp Logic's show. Beta Virus says, dude, Grasp Logic was so dope on Squawk Stock. Absolutely agreed. Everyone was just flipping out. How
I love
for
you,
those of
Scott.
you at
Thank
home,
you.
Squawk Stock are now we've pulled off 3 online festivals now, of which Grasp Logic has been a stalwart participant. How have you found the online experience?
I've actually really enjoyed it.
Mm,
So I live like about like an hour north of Seattle
okay,
and stuff. So sometimes it can be like kind of difficult with
sure.
like with the traveling and stuff like that. Especially with the when the pandemic was going on.
Mm.
So it's been super nice for my introvert side, I'll say that. My extroverted side is like ready to play the meat sack show, so to speak.
Right.
But in a sense of being able to like practice, especially with working on the new album and everything, it's given me a chance to like really work out the new material and then like go back and be able to listen to it and make some edits. And it just, it's been able to, for the curating process, it's been really nice.
Oh, cool, 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 cool. So, do you think we might see Grasp Logic in Meat Space Live?
Oh yeah, I
Hell
mean,
yeah.
I've got my first like I've never played a local like a we're in my area like a local show in my area.
Yeah.
And so on May 3rd, I'm going to be playing a local show here in Mount Vernon, where I'm located
Okay.
currently. And then after that, I really want to start, like we were talking a little bit before we came on, I want to hit up Ali and whatnot and see if I can start getting some Seattle stuff going and then start branching out from there as well. Yeah.
Hell yeah. If you are in Mount Vernon or the surrounding area, or even if you got to travel a little bit, it's going to be worth it.
Oh, yeah.
May 3rd. What's the name of that venue? Do you know?
So it's going to be Cat's Bar in West Side Mount Vernon.
Cat's Bar, West Side Mount Vernon. And Ali, if you're watching, Grasp Logic.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of my longest sets too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've never done like a full hour set, and so I'm gonna be going for like probably like about a full hour set. Yeah,
Wow. Okay. Cause you're just solo live. Yeah.
yeah. For the like all the production and like basically everything in the studio is
Uh huh.
solo for the most part. But then with live, I have in fact, it's awesome. One of my good buddies from high school, he comes out and drums
Okay.
uh, and whatnot. And then I've had past samplers and keyboardists and so forth, and multi-instrumentalists come out and play and whatnot over
Okay.
the years. Yeah.
Cause I do gasoline solo and like I find it so much more nerve wracking.
Oh, it
Uh,
is. It is. Oh, it totally is. Because
but
like even when I had my buddy come drum, but starting out was the same way. Like for
yeah,
the longest time, it was just me up there with trying to get as much gear up there as
right.
possible, and
Fill that
then
space.
fill the space, so to speak, even though, it could most of it could be coming off of backing tracks or whatnot,
Right.
depending on the show. Yeah.
Well, the Squawk Stock live shows have just been wonderful, which you've been such a wonderful member of Squawk Stock and Tiger Squawk Records. So it's interesting that we're sort of talking for the first time. I'm just curious as to
I
your
know.
experience with this weird Tiger Squawk Records sort of label thing?
So, oh man, like I have so many words for Tiger Squawk. It's hard to like pinpoint down exactly like it's just like it's become just like this awesome family slash community for myself, just like when I got on, I think I got on like sometime in like 2017 or something like that, 2016,
Sounds about
2017.
right.
And like I was going through a really hard time and like it just like oh that's there's a lot of, but basically it's like Tiger Squawk's been there for like a lot of like tough spots that I've been in my life. I mean, let alone like through the pandemic and then all of the events that we do from Tiger Squawk to just everything we've put on, just I don't know, and then just the people I've gotten to meet,
Mm.
just it's just warm fuzzies
Oh,
for
thanks,
all of
man.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel absolutely the same way. Like I forgot about Tiger's Squake, just a joke that Batavia made in the
Yeah.
chat we have, and then we did it. Like we
Yeah, it
pulled
was
it off,
awesome.
and it's now we have a guy in Kansas City doing a track with someone in Sydney, Australia about Magic the Gathering. What?
Yeah.
Like it's like
I
that's
love that
pretty
we're all
awesome.
over the place, you
Yeah.
know? And another thing that was like really, really cool about with getting on a Tiger Squawk was, I mean, and this goes like I'll bring up Alex again with Pill Brigade. He was like one of the first people I played with in Seattle.
Nice.
I got a show opening up for the Jenny Torturers in
Nice.
2012. That was like one of my first like ins at like this venue
Uh,
called El Corazon in Seattle.
sure.
And then after that, I set up, I think it was like a Studio 7 show, and I was like, pretending to be my own manager. I
Mm-hmm.
had to, like, call, like, I was young and trying to,
Yeah.
like do the whole self-promotion type thing. And Alex had hit me up and whatnot and was like, hey, like, could we come out and play? And so, yeah, I've known Pill Brigade forever. So
Mm.
when I got on and then to come to find out that Alex is on with all of them and
Mm-hmm.
Bert and such, it was really cool. And then another one, super random, just going to keep it rolling here.
Yeah, sure.
Um, Iserly,
Yeah.
just I've known her since, oh man, way back in like 2012, 2013
No
when we were both on
kidding.
like SoundCloud and Reverb Nation. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's
Awesome.
awesome. It's amazing that got to see her just like progress and grow over the years and whatnot. And yeah, all the way back. And
That's
she might
sick.
kill me for this one, but like I've known her since like her Two-Face Princess days, you know.
Toothpaste princess?
Two-Face Princess all the way up to
Ah!
Squirrel Flesh and Iserly, man. She's amazing at what she's doing now. She's
oh,
just
oh.
like
On
just progressed
fire.
and just insane. Yeah.
It's yeah, no, that's pretty awesome, man. Um
And of
curious
course
about
meeting all of you.
Oh, it's been
Huh?
amazing. To that end, I want to ask about. I'm thinking about making this a feature on the show. I'm not sure. Uh, I'm calling it e-cigs. No, it's not about vaping. It's ECIGS, early childhood indicators of gothic sensibilities. Uh,
All right.
like for me, I was like way too into Skeletor. Like, were there any indications you might go down this dark side?
Yeah, I'd say like the two that come to mind is like one, like my uncle.
Yeah.
He took me like he was always making me mixtapes and stuff of like old school industrial
Oh,
stuff
cool.
all the way through like White Zombie and stuff. He took me to a Skinny Puppy
Oh,
show when I
wow.
was
Okay,
like 5 years old. I think it was
that'll
like the
do it.
Last Rites tour. I don't really remember it, but like
Oh,
he was always kind of indoctrinating me into like
sure.
metal, industrial and stuff. And then as I got older, I always loved Halloween, always loved
Yeah.
spooky stuff, and especially with like films. But like to be honest, like they would kind of scare me,
Yeah.
like I don't know, stumbling on my words. We would go to the mall, and
Okay.
so while all my friends were like trying to go flirt with girls and do the whole mall thing, there was this Video Depot store in the back of the mall, and I would go in there and they would have horror movies playing on the TV. Like I remember in particular one time I went in there, Signs was playing, and I
Okay.
would sit on the floor and just read the backs of the movies and whatnot, and like look at the pictures and stuff. And I remember like, and I have it on my wall up here that like one cover that always freaked me out was the Dead Alive cover
Yeah.
with the skull in the
Sure.
mouth
Sure.
and whatnot. And so, yeah, so I mean, I would sit there and read those and everything. And then that eventually evolved into going to Blockbuster and trying to rent
Oh,
random
that's
horror
the
movies.
best. Oh, that's a great story. Oh, thank you for that. Um, all right, we got to do now. Now I'm so pumped. We got to do some real show features. Let's do the everybody's favorite radiation round. Called that because lightning is exceedingly rare in space. Absolutely no wrong answers. Say whatever you want. Anime, subbed or dubbed?
Both but subbed.
Both but subbed. Um, my wife said yay. Uh, Highlander or American Ninja?
Oh, there could be only one.
Okay, okay. Narrow Highlander victory. And Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter?
Oh, that's super tough because I've got memories with both of them, but I'd
Right.
have to say like overall Mortal Kombat.
Okay, okay. So we have it could go either way on all of them. Uh, very tight grouping. First time we've ever actually really done this on Radiation Round, but
Okay.
by narrow margins, that's anime both, but generally subbed. Uh, uh, both, but generally Highlander, and both, but Mortal Kombat by a pixelated thread.
Yeah,
Here,
nostalgia factors involved, you
there you
know.
go, there you go. I'd probably say the same. I know, I get it. It's like they're
Yeah, it's
really,
tough.
it's tough.
Yeah, because it's like Mortal Kombat was like one of the ones that like a lot of our friends would get together in the neighborhood and do like
Yeah,
competitions with. But then like Street Fighter was one that like I was always like renting from Blockbuster and stuff because I had a
yeah,
Super Nintendo, you know.
yeah. I think Street Fighter might be a better game, but like something about the Mortal Kombat mythos is just so 90s that like
Yes, I can completely follow you. Like Mortal Kombat for the aesthetic,
yeah,
Street Fighter for like the overall like gameplay for
right.
sure.
All right, sick.
Oh, and a little like tight middle, dude. I don't want to forget Tekken.
Oh, oh, proclaim on that Tekken. That was
Yeah,
incidentally I was just you remember like weird shit from your childhood, like looking
yeah,
out windows. I was just walking around the other day, and the alternative costume for Gordo in Tekken 3 Tiger, uh,
uh,
when he wins the breakdancing like at the end, and it goes, "Would
yeah.
you like some house music?" Okay, like I don't know, it just bubbled up. It's like, oh, yeah, happy
Yeah,
memories.
Eddie was like that. Like Tekken was great because that was always the one that was in the arcade that everybody was button mashing on. You
Mm,
know? Yeah.
Tekken was big. Yeah, Tekken. Well, okay. So, we gotta do the other feature here, which will be hypothetical spectacle.
All right.
So we have a few stock questions here on Space Couch, but I'm dying to know this one. Um, so four of your musical influences are getting together to rob a
Okay.
bank, right? And
Yeah.
so like,
This was tough.
yeah, there was a getaway car driver, what I call the smooth operator or face man. Like he talks to the bank teller or whatever. Like the high tech guy in the van who's doing the camera hacking and shit. And then like the old school safecracker guy with the bandito mask and the striped shirt and the stethoscope.
Got like the multiple spectacles going.
100%, 100%. Um, so like I would say, like maybe Kraftwerk is the old school guy or whatever, something like that. But for you, who fills the getaway car, smooth operator, high tech, old school?
Okay, so this one like stumped the heck out of me, Brian.
Okay,
Like just like trying to narrow it down was so difficult just because
sure.
but so getaway driver, I went with Rammstein.
Okay,
But at the same time, like in between the Rammstein beats going on, I'd really want to hear God Am I by Kevorkian Death Cult come on.
okay,
It's
okay, cool.
Kevorkian Death Cycle, sorry. Ooh.
Well,
Um,
they could mash it up, but like so,
yeah, exactly. Do some remixing.
there you go, there you go. Southern Death Cult remixed with Kevorkian Death Cycle, while Rammstein is driving. I love it.
Yes. And then for Smooth Operator, I went with like kind of like a good cop, bad cop kind of
Okay.
thing here.
Okay.
So Will Ramos of Lorna Shore and Villa Vallo of him slash VV.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because Villa's got that smooth, low voice that can kind of calm him in with the romanticism.
Right.
But then Will Ramos just can like blast him with that
Yeah.
bad
It's
cop
like you don't want to
that just
mess with him. He's
intimidates.
crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Intimidation factors.
Strong. Strong.
So high tech guys. Okay. This one, I just went with the Tiger Squawk crew assemblage.
Ah.
That's what I wrote down
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
And
So, okay, wrap it up. The old school guy.
yeah.
All right. So the ones that are gonna be cracking the safes, these guys are gonna be working in tandem together. We got
Mm,
Skinny Puppy. They're gonna be in
okay.
there cracking that.
Right.
But on the comms, Montello and the Fixer.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
strong. Very strong. Like right. And yeah. Good, good, good. Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it.
That was a tough one,
That
man. Like
was
that
that
was all the
was
way up until like a half hour before we were going on. I was like, oh,
no. I like yeah, if they need to like knock everybody out in the bank, they could do like a gas attack.
yeah.
Or yeah, read people their last rites. Nah, they wouldn't be doing that. Just an intimidation factor. That is how you rob a bank, by grasp logic. Very cool. I thought I heard some Mentallo in the Fixer in there. That's a good
All
call.
right, good, good.
Um,
Yeah, they're a
uh,
huge influence for sure.
okay.
Along, yeah.
Are is there any gear or VSTs you're excited about right now? Maybe something that you're working on for
Oh,
you.
actually, I mean, I got it right here in front of me.
What's that?
I got a custom noise box made.
Ooh.
So it's got springs,
Whoa.
different size springs, and then a bunch of different little components, wood, like different wood and metal shapes and whatnot to make different noises. I mean, you run this guy through, so it's an outbox noise pedal. And so you run it, I just run it out and run it through a bunch of pedals like distortion, reverb, and then I've got great,
Oh
oh dude,
man.
it's
It's like
awesome. Yeah.
Hellraiser shit. Um
Yeah.
Hey, Sounds and Shadows is in the chat room and says, "Oh, that's dope. What's up, Mr. Magerman?" Um, yeah, that's cool. That's the sonic insanity of grasp logic knows no bounds. I had I'm laughing because I had like an indie noise box mailed to me once, and the post office lost it.
Oh,
And they're
what?
like, describe it. And I'm like, it's got a box with a bunch of weird painting and knobs. It's a bomb. It looks like a bomb. Okay, it looks like
Yeah,
a bomb. But I didn't say
right. It's like,
that.
have you ever seen the movie The Thing?
Right, right.
Yeah.
You're just describing this horrific like IED basically. Um, but you can hear explosions, improvised or otherwise, on Insulin Shocks right now, or check out Grasp Logic on Bandcamp for TR4M and Reflective Patterns. Is there a name to which, or is that something you want to play close to the vest for now?
So it's kind of it'll be to be announced. I'm still kind of like driving up what the name of the album's going to
Oh,
be.
okay.
Yeah, I'm still kind of like brainstorming and whatnot. But it's gonna be. I'm s- I'm super stoked about it. That's the best
Cool,
thing I can put
cool, cool,
about.
cool. No,
Like
that's
I'm.
great.
It's I would say if you want to get like a really good idea of what it's gonna sound like, it would be to check out Reflective Patterns and some of the stuff on B-Side Corpse. I really mix up those two the most into the album for sure.
Sick. And if you literally want to hear it, check out Squawk Sock 3 on YouTube. Uh,
Yeah, I mean that'd be yeah even more so. Yeah, go check out Squawk Sock 3. Yeah, a lot of those tracks are all new.
and while you're there, check out Beta Virus in the chat room now. He was fire. Thank
Oh,
you
Beta
so.
Vice is amazing.
He's amazing, and
Yeah.
uh, thank you for that gasoline remix you did.
Oh, no doubt, man. We need to do it again
That was
for
really
sure.
sick, man. That was a big treat for me.
Yeah, your new
The
single "Stop." I'm gonna play. I'm gonna plug it again. It's sick, dude.
thank you,
It's sick.
thank you. I
Yeah.
I've been on such a scooter kick, but I'm like, can we make this evil? And then okay, yeah. Uh,
Nice.
so we want to check out Vivarium. We want to check out uh, definitely um, the live show May 3rd. Do you have guest musicians? So is it your buddy going to be drumming
Yeah, I
live?
got my buddy who's gonna be coming out. He's gonna be live drumming and whatnot.
All
Yeah.
right. And is that like a big old industrial show? Or that was just you?
It's going to be actually a really interesting combination. So my buddy Jeff, he has a project called Get Off the Stage. You should, yeah, you would really you should
Okay.
check it out. So basically, he plays like omnichord and kazoo and like a bunch of really eclectic instruments, and then he does songs like Super Mario getting into certain situations, Sonic the Hedgehog. Um, he does a song about like Sasquatch religions, just
Oh,
like
okay.
it's like experimental electronic folk kind of stuff,
That's
you know?
I right up my alley, man.
Yeah, so it's going to be a really cool dynamic of the show
Oh
going from like
yeah.
this really like kind of off the cut, and then it'll be in this like really heavy industrial show kind of a
Yeah,
thing.
but even grasp logic is a bit uh, uh, indescribable fully. I would say.
Well, I appreciate that. That's kind of what I go for. I mean, it's definitely in the industrial EBM, dark
Right.
electro area, but I definitely try to pull from like genres all over the place.
Absolutely. I mean, even with just the genres you gave me, like that sounds like a pretty banging bank robbery. Something in it for everybody. But yeah, no, it is cool. And oh, let's just do because you had talked about some video game work earlier. What might Grasp Logic the video game look like? Would it be like a dark romance dating sim, perhaps?
I loved the ones that you sent me, like those
Uh,
ideas, the Jack Rice
the
dating sim
well,
and like the Zombies Ate My Neighbors,
but yeah,
especially like
zombies ate my
Zombies Ate My
neighbors.
Neighbors because Reflective Patterns has a track on there where that like that's a really old track too, actually.
Mm-hmm.
The Zombies Ate My Neighbors off Reflective Patterns. That was one that I made like way back in 2006, 2007,
Nice, man.
something like that. Yeah, and then it just got banked. That was one of the surviving. It survived for so long that I ended up putting it
Yeah.
on Reflective.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Yeah. I got a few of those Konami code. Oof. But
Oh, I mean, oh, like if you and it's available too. Poetry and Machine EP. I originally wrote that like most of those songs were written in high school, and then I
oh
released
yeah.
it 2011. Oh man,
The
yeah,
that new Bill and Ted movie that came out like over the pandemic. The plot of being in your 40s and still riding a hit you had when you were a teenager. I was like, yeah.
yeah, yeah. My uncle just recently actually like was we haven't talked in a while. He hit me back and he hadn't listened to any of my music for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Hey man, like you really need to like either send me or like re-record that song Tragic and whatnot." I'm just like, uh.
Yeah. Well, um, it is worth checking out, though. I will say it's pretty amazing. If nothing else, for a starting point for when we get the brand new heat from our guest today, Grasp Logic, which you can preview at Squawk Stock 3 and as the track Vivarium at insulinshocks.bandcamp.com. Mikkel, we are on a rogue flight. What's that?
The video game though,
Yes. Oh,
I
I
will
spoke
say
over you.
that.
I got too excited about
Oh,
zombies ate my
you're
neighbors.
good. I would say like something like in the realm of Earthbound with like a scorn atmosphere.
Oh, Earthbound. Good call, dude.
Yeah, it's got an amazing soundtrack. I like the whole conjointness of it and whatnot. And then, but what I'd really love is Twisted Tiger Metal, which would be like like Tiger Squawk Records theme game, but with like the twisted metal elements, so
Oh
everybody
my
gets to
god.
customize their own rig.
Oh, oh, you're making my heart happy. Like Pill Brigade would absolutely have like the Information Society Mad Maxed out, like it used to be like a Honda Civic or something, but now there's a machine gun mounted on the
Yeah.
top, and oh man, you know, what's the saddest car in the world? Like like a '68 Buick or something would have to be Isserles, and it just
Yeah.
shoots
Yeah.
like bolts of depression and macaroni and cheese and oh, what else? What other? I'm just you just like it's breaking my heart a little bit that we haven't heretofore hung out because Earthbound and Twisted Metal are like
Oh,
amazingly like in
yes.
the wool references, and so that of course leads to the question: what would the grasp logic vehicle in Tiger Squawk Twisted Metal or Twisted Tiger Metal be like?
Oh man, that's it would okay. So since it's such a mismatch, I would want it to be like one of those vehicles that like you see like in like southern Texas or something where they're taking like five different cars and trying to build one thing out of it.
Oh yeah.
So it'd be like an old like wood paneled station wagon in the back with like a Hummer in the middle and then like a hearse in the front and just
Oh,
just this abomination of a
I
vehicle.
love it. Sounds and Shadows correct me and said Buicks are awesome. I'll take your word for it. I was just trying to think of a car from my youth that I weirdly associated with sad people. But yes, I love yours. It's like this junkyard dog car that like
Yeah, yeah,
you get
yeah,
into like the lore of it, and it's like some outsider art maniac is welding these pieces together, and
exactly.
can it tell me if this you can veto me, but can it have a grasper on the back, like a big like crane or something that it like for its like super move, like it picks up other
Oh,
cars?
I like that idea. It'd be
Okay.
cool if there's like or like Mage Hand from D&D,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
its
Yeah.
own Mage Hand that reaches out, grabs the opponent, and then just whips them around.
Better, because then you can get in like the occult angle.
Yeah.
So it's like yes, you can actually grasp.
Well, and also too, because like I had such a hard time playing as the dumpster and stuff like that
Oh,
in Twisted
brutal,
Metal. You have
right?
to get like you gotta get right on them to
Right on
grapple them
them.
and take them out.
Okay, yes, and I'll volunteer myself for Axel because that at least
Oh,
that
there you
way I
go.
wouldn't. Yeah, because I get away with not wearing sleeves if I'm.
Yeah, and I see like a very like gasoline and vertebrate vibe with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I actually like I'm connected to the tires by tentacles or some bullshit. Like
Yeah,
we'll
and like
figure it out.
your special component could be like this like necrotic shockwave that comes
Yeah.
out, you know?
Oh,
So you get some Lovecraftian in there, you know?
oh, right. And then yeah, or it's industrial is Axel, and he's got that one unicorn horn, and his thing is just
There
to
you
ram
go.
people with the unicorn horn. Oh, too
Or
much fun.
or industrial could be like a bike, but like
Yes.
it's the head, has the horn, and he
Yeah,
just
he's
like
Mr.
grabs
Grimm.
and
He's
just
got a bike instead
like
of a.
Grim. Yeah.
We did it. We did it. All right,
Yes.
cool. Holy crap. We are on a rogue flight path out here in space. I'm going to bring this flying couch back into the station. But grasp logic, you are welcome back to space anytime. This has been amazing. Check out
Oh, it's been
Grasp
amazing having you on.
Logic on Bandcamp.com or TigerSquawkRecords.bandcamp.com. Look up for the new upcoming album and get that insulin shocks. What are you doing if you're living in West Mount Vernon on May 3rd? You're seeing Grasp Logic and get off the stage live. Watch Sounds and Shadows and read his stuff because he's great. Check out Beta Virus. I forgot to do
Yeah, I've
that.
got a new logo coming
You
too.
got a new logo coming. All right. Well,
Yeah.
we'll watch for your new logo. I also want to go back up real quick and do advertise. Thanks to Patreon, Scozer Games, I Hate Artists, Lured by Radium, Dominic Pietro, Grim Reaper for Hire, Bremily, Ray Calderon, Fly Ahead, Walter Magoon, Hunt and Talk for the Ditch, and Glitch in his upcoming Street Fighter tournament. So thank you very much for that, and we'll go back to our guest. Sorry to be rude. I'm contractually obligated to do that for our wonderful Patreon sponsors. But this is Brian for Grass Lodge, for Space Couch, for Mikkel for Grass Logic, saying call the spaceships to Davenport, prepare for it, anarchy, an interface with a couch in space, space couch. Space couch. Oh no, we're gonna crash into the sun, space couch. Yeah, okay. Now I know if we play what's that? And chiptunes, yes. By my own side project, Dinosaur Man, but technically now the job's on Patreon. But they're on place. Dude, this is